Welcome to Georgia. They like peaches. So much so that they named this street in Atlanta after them. Hey, do you know what would make Peachtree Street even better? More peaches? Trains! We already have those. No, not big fast trains. I mean little slow trains that can stop in lots of places. They built them in Portland, and people love them. Well, there's a lot of businesses and tourist destinations on Peachtree Street that could really benefit from the foot traffic. And hey, we could even put a little branch out to the east. Sweet, let's ask the feds for money. No. Okay, what if we just do his little line to the east? Wait, no, that can't be an entire system. There's no way they would approve. And that's how we ended up with the Atlanta streetcar. Among the plethora of modern streetcars to open in the 2000s and 2010s, it has a fairly negative reputation for being slow, getting stuck in traffic, and having frequent periods of mechanical issues. And ridership, both among locals and tourists, is lackluster, with just 900 boardings per day in the second quarter of 2025 when I filmed this. By comparison, the similar Tucson Sunlink streetcar got over 4,400 daily boardings in the same period. Ridership on the Atlanta line is so low that right now, with the line closed for mechanical work, substitute service is provided by vans and small shuttle buses. But it's one thing to criticize a system based on its reputation and numbers, and another to actually experience it for yourself. So does the Atlanta streetcar deserve its reputation? And is there any way it could perhaps be made better? The only way to find out is to go for a ride. The Atlanta streetcar starts at Centennial Olympic Park, where we're getting on, and runs in a unidirectional loop through downtown to the Martin Luther King Jr. historical site. My Atlanta streetcar experience does not get off to a great start. Okay, so here is a fare machine at the streetcar stop, and the only option is to check my Breeze card balance. So I'm gonna do that. Please tap your card below. Unable to breathe. Please retouch card slowly. Here's the problem. I have the MARTA Day pass on my Breeze card, but that doesn't cover the streetcar despite that being a MARTA service. Instead, I need to load an additional $1 fare onto the card to pay on board. But this machine doesn't freaking let me. Thankfully, the streetcar takes cash payment and a fellow passenger offers to cover me since I don't have $1 on me. There really is no strict fare enforcement on the Atlanta streetcar, so I very much could have ridden for free. So Transit app says that the streetcar should be here. I don't see it. A streetcar pulls up to the corner, then stops. As far as I know, this thing has no signal priority. Once the light changes, it pulls up to... Wait, is this the DC streetcar? The car is about 30% full, give or take, as we turn down Lucky Street and pass the Skyview Atlanta Ferris Wheel and Tabernacle Theater. They're still playing social distancing announcements from 5 years ago.
Todos estamos unidos en esto, pero debemos mantener distancia. Muchas gracias por su cooperación.
We reach Woodruff Park and curve south to serve Park Place Station. Then we turn onto Edgewood Avenue, which is an ordeal.
The sounds of Atlanta traffic. That guy was pulled up on the tracks.
Oh, really?
See how it turns here?
Mm-hmm. Then we continue down Edgewood Avenue, which is an ordeal.
It was so bad.
We just stopped at the same light twice. Which, like, it's normal when you're on a bus. It's normal when you're in a car. If you're going to build, like, a expensive, nice, rapid transit streetcar system...
This is where it gets its reputation.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is actively miserable. What the heck is this thing? To be fair, I might just be being snarky because this thing has a reputation and I'm piling on. I've been on other streetcars. They've also been slow. So I don't know how out of the ordinary this is. I'm gonna have to do some research later and figure out the actual statistics of this versus the First Hill line in Seattle or something like that. Okay. Okay, research time. Seattle's First Hill streetcar is 2.5 miles long, compared to Atlanta's 2.7. It runs at about 4.7 miles per hour per Seattle Transit blog, while the Atlanta streetcar averages at about 5 miles per hour per the Georgia Public Policy Foundation. So yeah, I will concede that the Atlanta streetcar being slow is to some degree a matter of perception. But still, if something feels uniquely slow or has particular sections like Edgewood Avenue that might bring down the average speed, people are going to be less likely to use it or think well of it.
Please hold on as we stop.
They announced the
Please
stop
check
like
for
5 minutes
personal
ago,
belongings
and we're not
before
even there
exiting.
yet.
So the stop is just ahead. I don't want to film the driver, but we have a green light. Again, it's just a huge pileup of traffic that's holding us back. We've now entered Sweet Auburn, a historically black neighborhood. After making a stop, the car pulls up to what was once a thriving business district, and oh, would you look at that, it's a highway now. A track branches off to the system's maintenance facility, and we turn north a few blocks later, before turning back onto Auburn Avenue. As we slowly honk our way around the turn, we can see Ebenezer Baptist Church, MLK's former church. Back under the overpass, a mural commemorates the old business district.
Cuando se encuentren en tranvía,
It's interesting they say tranvía instead of streetcar, which just means tram. Like, we are very unique as Americans to say streetcar and light rail instead of just tram. Then it's back up Auburn Avenue to Woodruff Park, where we basically parallel the westbound tracks before turning north to Peachtree Center, the only direct connection from the streetcar onto Marta Rail, where we jump off and watch the streetcar pull away.
This is what I mean when I say like,
I gotta say, the logo for the streetcar absolutely slaps. Love it. Recently, proposals have been raised for expansion of the streetcar into a larger light rail system, with varying plans, proposals, and degrees of support floating around over the past several years. Banks Rail has a great video about all that, so I'll link it above. But it doesn't surprise me that there's been pushback to expanding the streetcar because any branch lines that feed into the existing core are going to have to deal with its shortcomings, and any improvements to the line would require major work. The Newark Light Rail, which we wrote a few weeks ago, separates its street-side trackage rather than running in traffic, and the Tide, which we'll be riding in a few weeks, has tracks slightly raised above the level of traffic, not meant to be shared with personal vehicles. Compare that to the Atlanta streetcar, which is forced to run with the existing traffic system, despite lacking the ability to steer around obstacles or have priority at signals. And any modifications to the existing streetcar, to make it more like the other examples we looked at, would mean massive modifications to the streets and traffic flows around it, which would require buy-in from people who drive, not just people who like transit. An unfortunate reality of rail transit projects is that they're hard to pitch to begin with, and if a first project goes poorly, like the Atlanta streetcar, it's hard to convince people to support something more. Point is, the Atlanta streetcar is not great. It is slow, it is confusing, it doesn't go that many places or really serve high-demand corridors. It doesn't get much ridership, and improving it would involve basically a complete rebuild or feeding new lines into an existing buggy system. I really tried to be nuanced here on Classy Whale, but truth be told, it's hard to find nice things to say about the Atlanta streetcar. So am I right in feeling this way, or am I being too cynical, or not cynical enough? Let me know in the comments below. Huge shout out to Lily the Railfan for randomly running into me, joining me on this ride, and helping me with the script over on my Patreon Discord. I'll see you all next week.